The career profile that I prepared is for a marriage and family educator. And my focus will be on strengthening marriages and families is where I choose to do my studies. The community that I come from is a small rural community, and so some of the resources are going to be hard to come about. There is needs to be a lot of trust in the environment that I would set up for people to come to. There needs to be a lot of resources available to them in our community, and in order to do that, I need to be able to provide programs and find resources for fundraising. Grant writing would be something very important for me to be able to do so that I could provide the resources needed. There aren't a lot of community resources here without traveling an hour or two in several different directions, and so I need to be able to bring those resources here to my community. There isn't anything currently like this except for a few religious institutions that provide some evening classes here and there for the families. I had the opportunity of working at a women's shelter where I could spend some time with the children after school, and there were programs available for them for a short period of time in mentoring, and I really enjoyed that, and it gives me the encouragement to go on and to help families. Some of the resources and things that I'll need to be able to do is I'll need to be able to find referrals and provide networking. That is, provide referrals and find networking associations for nonprofit. Program development and organizational skills would be very important. I need to be able to use the computer, and if there's a staff to work with, which there needs to be in order for the groups and to service a community appropriately, you need to have a workable staff, one that you can trust and rely on, one that'll be there for you. That could turn into a high stress situation without a good solid staff to count on, because the hours can be very long. And if you set up a crisis line for any reason, then you've got a 24-hour service that you're working with that needs to be manned. Emotionally, it can be very taxing. That could be a strong stressor. You need to be able to leave things at the office when you go. You also need to be able to be positive and happy and be able to lift those that come in, because they are in a crisis situation themselves, and so they bring that feeling with them and those energies with them, and so you need to be able to channel them. I found out that there are some benefits that go along depending on whether it's a nonprofit or whether you work for another agency. Regular benefits for a job. There would be insurance benefits for life and health. There were sometimes dental, but not all that often is there dental or optical. There is an opportunity for 401ks as well in the larger cities. The salaries range from about $33,000 for someone just getting started in the starting range in a rural area to about $47,000 in the city. And then an experienced salary range would be, they say that's about 10 to 20 years right through there. Could be about between $52,000 in a smaller rural area to about $63,000 in a larger city, larger developed area. Some of the education that I would need would be a minimum of a bachelor's. That would get you started. But it would be really beneficial if you had some extensive training in child and human development. Business management would be very beneficial. Administration in the office as well. Grant writing would be excellent, be very helpful in my community overall. And something that I know would be beneficial in my community, which hasn't been listed in too many, is being bilingual. Spanish would be super for me to have in my community. Most of the job sites that I checked, the satisfaction quotient was very high. People were satisfied with their jobs, satisfied they chose this career, and gave it a 5. On a scale of 1 to 5, they gave it a 5, as being very happy with it. And having worked in the field just a little bit myself, as a volunteer and as an employee, I'm really excited to study this field and looking forward to studying with you. Thank you.